Today we look at old Magic the Gathering cards that combo with new Magic the Gathering cards. The rules are that the card, one of them, must be only printed with an old border. Only. If it's ever been printed with a new border, you're going to get the buzzer here. Alright? Now, my first one is not that original, but I think it's really cool. I don't know why enough people play this thing. Oh, we got Thought Lash, a blue, 2 generic enchantment, commutative upkeep. Remove the top card of your library from the game. If you do not, remove your entire library from the game and bury the Thought Lash. But here's the deal. And you commander players, you got 99 cards. You have all the cards. You have nothing to worry about. You can also pay 0. Remove the top card of your library from the game to prevent 1 damage. 1 damage to you. So it's like your library is almost like is an extension of your life total. Well, what am I going to do with this thing? I'm going to combo it with Thassa's Oracle. Yeah, I know. I hear all the booing. The boos. Nikachu hears you. Nikachu don't care. So you play your blue. You basically, if you've got Thassa's Oracle and Thought Lash available, you can prevent... I can remove my entire library from the game to prevent all the damage that's being dealt to me. But, you know, I'm not going to be preventing anything. I'm going to be basically inflicting your death. Now, maybe my combo is not so original, but I'm going to take priority to other people's who are. King Ginger, Palancron, and Reflections of Lit Yara. I know Palancron. I'm not familiar with the Reflections of Lit. How does this work? All right, we got Palancron. Vintage Masters don't count. All right, here's the OG. Palancron, blue, 5 generic, 4/5 flyer. Comes into play, untap up to 7 lands. You can pay 4, return Palancron back to your hand. And how are we comboing with Reflections of Lit Yara? We got blue, 4 generic enchantment. As Reflections of Lit Yara enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Whenever you cast a spell of the chosen type, copy that spell? Really? Oh, okay, so I guess you name Illusion here. Illusion is a creature type. You name Illusion, you get 2 Palancrons when you cast. It's like when you cast the spell, you get a copy of that spell. So it's gonna enter the battlefield. I'll untap all my lands, and then I'll float the 7 mana. Second Palancron hits the battlefield, untap the 7 lands. I do have infinite mana with the 7 floating. Pay 4, return Palancron back to my hand, recast it. Also have infinite Palancrons. This is usually actually, this is a cool combo because usually Palancron is an infinite mana combo. This is infinite creature and infinite mana combo. And infinite storm as well. All right, that's a sweet combo. What is this? Demonic Tutor. What is this, a 1-card combo? And also Demonic Tutor, I think it's been reprinted. Has it been reprinted? I can't remember. Anyway, that's not a combo. That's just 1 card. All right, what do we got here? A Triox. Foresight plus Foresight. The more original your combo is, the more I'm going to prioritize it. I've never heard of Foresight. I do know Eternal Scourge, though. Okay, so Foresight is a blue 1 generic sorcery. Search your library for any 3 cards and remove them from the game. Shuffle your library afterwards. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. So you spend 2 mana on this, draw a card, and on top of that, that's card advantage. This is like Ancestor Recall almost. It's even better than that. You can put, in theory, 3 Eternal Scourges in your exile, and the thing with Eternal Scourge is it's a 3/3 for 3. But you may cast Eternal Scourge from exile. But whenever it becomes the target of a spell or ability, an opponent controls, exile Eternal Scourge. Yeah, so it has a little bit of you got fine print, but that's okay. It gets exiled in, you just recast it from exile again. It is latched onto this place like an infestation. All efforts to eradication have proven futile. Interesting. I like that. That's a 4 for 1. You draw your card, and you get 3 Eternal Scourges. That would see modern play, in my opinion. And what is that? Is that instant? Oh, it's sorcery. But it's still a cool combo. Love it. Elanchan Gaming with a $1 whole. Okay, Trespasser's Curse and Let's get Trespasser's Curse and Varchild's War Riders. Just gonna look up the War Riders part. There's Varchild's War Riders. Okay, we got, this is the new one. This is the old one. Fair enough. Okay, we got a black 1 generic, enchant, or it's a curse. We enchant the player. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, under enchanted player's control, that player loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. And we got Varchild's War Riders, a red 1 generic, 3/4. That's enormous. Cumulative upkeep, put a 1/1 red survivor creature token into play under an opponent's control. There's something else that does this as well, where like every turn your opponent gets creatures. Maybe it's not cumulative upkeep though. Oh, this is wild. This is a crazy combo. Trample, Rampage 1. I love it. Where does this come from? This came from alliances. So slowly, you give your opponent more creatures, and you keep gaining life. So even if they attack with the creatures that they just got, you got some life from it anyway. I mean, I guess that the damage stacks over time. It's exponential. The life is just incremental, but whatever. I like the idea. It's very cute. You don't think your super went through? I also don't think your super went through. Go check your credit card. Some people have credit card problems. We've got to re-put in your details. I had an idea for a modern deck that wants to pitch Mist Hologriffins to forces and subtlety. Obviously not a real thing. It is sort of a real thing in Legacy. It was the old food chain synergy, if I recall correctly. Abzo! That's not very original. Time Twister and Hole Breacher, we all know that. Oh, it's what's it called? Commander Special. Okay, Argentina, Time Spiral and Smothering Tithe. Okay, that's interesting. Time Spiral is the 6 mana sorcery. Remove Time Spiral from the game. Each player shuffles his or her graveyard and hand into his or her library, then draws 7 cards. Untap up to 6 lands. It's funny. It's the same thing as what, like, who just suggested this? Time Spiral. Yeah, it's just like what Argentina was trying to do. But Time Spiral is a little bit more fancy. It's 6 mana. You get your mana back. Okay, then we have Smothering Time. Whenever the opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2, which they probably won't. And if the player doesn't, you create a treasure token. That's a lot of mana. Holy moly. So everyone gets a bunch of cards, but you're going to have so much mana. It's... you can basically cast your hand on the spot. This would also work with maybe, what's it called? That artifact. Memory Jar. It sounds like a Memory Jar combo as well. Alright, we got Super Chat. We got Redco! Tivit, Seller of Secrets. By the way, if you Super Chat, I'll definitely show your lame combo everyone knows about. Not that Redco's combo is lame. It's probably a great combo. Okay, and Time Thieving, Commander, you'd immediately get 5 votes. Wait a minute. Both of these are new cards. You get disqualified. It's not an old, you don't have an old card in here. In Commander, you'd immediately get 5 votes total to activate Time Thief. These are both new cards. One of them has to be old border. That's the rule. One of them has to be only an old border. These both show up in new border. Disqualified. Cringe E! Apocalypse, Oblivion Ring, and Barren Glory. Okay, now this is one of those combos we all know about. But I'm gonna show it because you paid for it. You probably like this. Or do I remember? Apocalypse. Oh yeah, Oblivion Ring, and then Barren Glory. The old play your Barren Glory. If you have like nothing in play and no cards in hand, you win the game. You put it underneath your Oblivion Ring, and then you Apocalypse the board. Oh, by the way, I'm left with Barren Glory. That's it. It needs to be old. We're gonna define old as old border card. Time Sieve. That's new border. That's new. That's not. That's new artifact. I think. Or am I wrong here? No, yeah, this. They updated the artifact thing. When did they change to the new borders? I can't remember when. But anyway, that's like old artifact is like tangle wire. There we go. That's the old artifact border. That's the rules. It's my channel. I made it up. Yeah, it must be old. Must be older than me. Well, I predate the game, so it wouldn't work like that. Oh! Will Anderson, mind over matter. That's a favorite of mine. If not for the blue. Oh, you feel that devotion, baby. 2 generic. Enchantment. Choose and discard a card. Tap or untap a target artifact, creature, or land. And then we have the One Ring. Has this been pulled off yet? Does anyone pulled off this combo in Commander? This card, that looks so broken. Absolutely broken. Because you can tap, put a burden counter on it, draw a card, and then you discard that one card to untap the One Ring, and then you can tap it for 2 cards now, discard one of them, untap it, then draw 3, then 4. That's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's a very slow combo, but I really like it. Oh, I thought you were talking about this combo, but that's okay. We can look at this one, Islarf. We got another War Riders. Is this reserve list? Oh, it is. What a weird card. And, Varchild, Betrayer of Keldor. Okay. Okay. We'll look at this one. We got, okay, we already know what this guy does. Oh, no, we don't. No, we do. Upkeep, yeah. Put a survivor token under target opponent's control. It's cumulative. You have to put more and more under their control. So we have Varchild, Betrayer of Keldor. I don't know how they pronounce it there in the multiverse. Red 2 generic 3/3 human knight. Whenever Varchild, Betrayer of Keldor deals combat damage to a player, that player creates that many 1/1 red survivor creature tokens. What is going on here? It's like, we attack you, but you know what? Here, take some soldiers in compensation. Survivors your opponent's control can't block, and they can't attack you or a planeswalker you control. When Varchild leaves the battlefield, gain control of all survivors. Hold on, do we give survivors? Put a survivor token into play. Oh, that's insane. So while this thing's in, this was like basically built directly to combo with this card. They knew what they were doing. Well, that's wild. Is the new any new border card then? I will accept it, yes. So it could even be a new card that... Ideally, it's like a new card. Ideally. But I'm not gonna bust your balls if it's like an old card that was reprinted recently. Because it still feels new to a lot of people. Anyway, that's cool. I love that combo. That's a great combo. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, basically, you give your opponent a bunch of creatures that they can't even use to attack you, and then if Varchild dies, you get everything. That's wild. Yeah, the names on those are just absolutely insane. Backtard is back! Alright. I'm your idol. Thank you very much. Alright, let's look at your combo. Sadistic Hypnotist. Oh, and we have to okay, we'll donate Redco's super chat to Backtard here. Let's see, hold on. Sadistic Hypnotist and Nath of the Guilt Leaf? I forgot. We gotta, like, whenever someone gets the buzzer, when a super chat gets disqualified, it has to be donated to somebody else. Okay, what do we have here? We have green, black, 3 generic for a 4/4 elf warrior. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may have target opponent discard a card at random. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you may create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. And we got Sadistic Hypnotist. It got reprinted. Disqualified. What was it? Sack a creature, target player discards 2 cards from his or her hand, plays this ability only anytime, could play a sorcery. You gotta do your research. It was reprinted in dual decks as well. Yeah, super disqualified. Alright, let's get to some super chats. We got next Patrick. What the, you gonna make me... Maybe I'm gonna disqualify the $1 ones, because I gotta look. If it's $1, I gotta look for it. So if it's $2 or more, okay, we found Pat. I found you. Now what is your? If you had anything. Wow, you didn't even quickly reply with your thing, Patrick. Or I'm gonna eat your dollar. Yeah, I don't see your suggestion. All right, eaten. Okay, we'll give it to somebody though. Yeah, reprints count. No reprints. It has to be exclusively old, so it feels old. Because if it was reprinted, then it doesn't feel old anymore. What do we got next? So hold on. So this one didn't even go through. We still have to. Okay, we got to give a free. Redco's thing is still open. Okay, hold on. We have Bulky, Chronotog, and Eon Frolicker. You're getting Redco's and Patrick's super chat. What the hell is this? Oh no, it's Chronotog. I'm spelling something wrong, horribly wrong. How do I find this thing? Chronotog, I think? Maybe it's Okay, it's not your fault. It's a me thing. Eon Frolicker. Okay, that's an old card. And that's a new card. Finally. It passes. I don't even know what these cards do. Okay, now the Chronotog is a 1 blue. It's a 1 and a blue for a 1/2. Skip your next turn. It gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Use this ability only once each turn. Eon Frolicker, 4 mana, 5/5 flyer. Enters the battlefield. If you cast it, target opponent takes an extra turn after this one. Until your next turn, you and planeswalkers you control gain protection from that player. How does that work? Hold on. Yeah, sold. We found one. I don't get it. Okay, so skip your next turn. And you get so you just perpetually get protection from this player or something until your next turn. You and planeswalkers you control gain protection from that player. Oh, so one-on-one you can never get targeted by someone and they just deck out, right? I don't know how this would work so well in Commander, but in one-on-one this actually is insane. This is a great combo. Yeah, you constantly protected, but only from one person. Everyone else can hit you. They can smack you really hard. Okay, next super chat. Hopefully it's a real one. All right, Jesse, please save us here. I already know this is a fail because Mana Barbs is. Oh, was Mana Barbs printed in real in a new? Yeah. Torbrand is definitely. I'm assuming Torbrand is a new one, right? Torbrand, Redfell also new. One needs to be old. That's the key here, people. One needs to be super old. Backtard. Forgot to send with my last tip. You didn't need to. Okay, we're gonna donate. We're gonna donate. This is weird. Redco's super chat went to Backtard. No, Backtard's super chat gonna go to Social Diver. Because I've never heard of you. Welcome, Cauldron Familiar. With Samwise. This is also. Do people not understand? Samwise Gamgee is a new card. Okay, old. Okay, when we say old card, it needs to be old border. Maybe we gotta re-specify. For everyone just joining, one card needs to be exclusively an old border card. So like where's the first? I don't know. Trying to think of our super old card, Demonic Tutor. This doesn't count actually. But it needs to at least, so it needs to be exclusively in this old border. Demonic Tutor is not a good example because it was reprinted in the new thing. And one of them can be anything. I don't care. Maybe that's how it works. I'm gonna spend this whole show just trying to lay down the law here. Okay, so where did this go? Oh no, we were donating Jesse's super chat to somebody. Dio Grando, False Cure. And Beacon of... There we go! I don't care. It would be funny if you gave me also an old card, and then somehow this also still gets disqualified. Okay, this is gonna work. I hope. Okay, we got a black instant. Until end of turn, whenever a player gains life, that player loses 2 life for each 1 life gain. Holy crap! There's like a million people that would love to play this card. Why have I never heard of this thing? Hey, look, it's Phage. She looks so much happier here. Why does this card seem... I guess the problem is it's an instant, so you just have to, like, you gotta do your thing right then and there. Otherwise, like, people prefer the enchantments. Then Beacon of Immortality. We got a white 5 generic instant. Double target player's life total. Shuffle Beacon of Immortality into its owner's library. Absolutely works. Oh, this is great. Alright, next. Okay, let's look at Knightly Cat. Coat of Arms and Unbreathable Horde. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna look at Unbreathing Horde. To see if that is an old card. It's not. Is Coat of Arms exclusively old? It is not. It's tough. We did this one already. That's a good one. Man, this is a hard show. Okay, maybe I'll just go to a super chat. Okay, we got Platonic Liquid. Save us here. Platonic Liquid usually knows how the show works. Okay, we got Prototype Portal Imprinting. Oh, we got a big one. Okay, Prototype Portal Imprinting Sculpting Steel. Please let there be one old card here. Hearthstone? Is there... Oh, Hearthstone. There! Yes! Thank you! And Karn Silver Golem. Plus Untap Engine. You can copy the portal too. Good God! What a combo. What are we doing here? Okay, we're playing Prototype Portal, 4 mana imprint. Pay X, tap, create a token. That's a copy of the exiled card. X is the converted mana cost of that card. That's fine. So we're going to copy Sculpting Steels. You may have Sculpting Steel enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield. I'm guessing we're copying the Hearthstone. The cost of each creature ability requiring an activation cost is reduced by 1. This cannot reduce an ability's generic mana cost to less than 1. But I don't get... So what does this do? Whenever it blocks or becomes... Oh, holy... So we want to use this ability here. Target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness, each equal to its converted mana cost until end of turn. I don't get it. Okay, this is the cost of each creature ability. Requiring activation cost is reduced by 1. So it's free. So we have this thing as... Oh! And then we have infinite Hearthstones that can become creatures. Okay. Okay! You can copy the portal too. I can. I can do whatever I want. I could make a boat. But it can't be less than 1. Well, this cannot reduce an ability's generate... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold the fort. Does this still work? Platonic Liquid, save us. Or did the combo get refuted? You have something? Like, it still works. I get what you're trying to do. Like, it's still combos. It's just not an infinite combo. But it will, it just doesn't go infinite anyway. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, partially failed. Partially. Like, it still works. Like, you can still make a lot of stuff. It's good synergy. It's very convoluted synergy. You copy the portal, then imprint a high cast cost artifact with next portal. Oh, interesting. Copy of you create a token of that's a copy of the exiled card. Oh, you want a copy of the portal? We have Sculpting Still enter the battlefield as a copy. Oh, so you copy the portal, and then what? Oh, and then then Hearthstone makes the copy thing cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. But I don't know where this goes. But if you know, you know. I see there's something here. There's definitely something here. Uber Tuna. Tireless Tribe and Twisted Image. I like this because I have no idea what these cards are. Well, I know Twisted Image, strangely enough. And I've never seen you here, so welcome Uber Tuna, and the combo works, or it qualifies. We got a white 1/1. Discard a card from your hand. Tireless Tribe gets +0, +4 until end of turn. What are you you're gonna turn into a 5/1? This bit, right? So you discard a card, it becomes a 1/5, then you Twisted Image, switch target creature's power and toughness until end of turn, then draw a card. And smack them for 5, I guess. It's a very underwhelming combo, but it works. I'm old. I don't need this confusion. I'm in the same boat. Plus, I have to run the show at the same time. Okay, Platonic Wicked has some more clarification. It's easy to get infinite untaps and mana with any number of cards after that. Beautiful. Oh yeah, you said there's also you need to have an untap outlet in addition to all that. Okay, next super chats. We have a lot of them. Can't wait to disqualify a bunch of these. We've got Teysa, Orzhov Scion with Darkest Hour. Okay, that works. That works for me. And thank you very much for the super chat. Darkest Hour, black enchantment. All creatures are black. What is this? It's just an eclipse. Oh, I guess that makes it the Darkest Hour. I don't know. I didn't know an eclipse lasts an hour. Teysa, Orzhov, Scion, black, white, 1 generic, 2/3 human advisor. Sack 3 white creatures. Remove target creature from the game. Whenever another black creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, which they all will because of the Darkest Hour. Put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into play. So you basically just get infinite creatures. You can keep sacking creatures, remove creatures from the game. You keep getting the creatures black because they're all black. Once you go black, you don't go back. I mean, sorry, no. Once you go black, you always come back. There we go. That's how it is. Okay, let's get through another super chat because I have so many of these damn ones. All right, we got Daniel, Hasran Ogress, and Death Shadow. What the hell is this thing? Okay, this is when. What does the old word say? Unless you pay 2 each time Hasran Ogress attacks, it deals 3 damage to you. And you with Death's Shadow. I'm trying to think, where would you want to play this combo? I don't think like regular construct, like it works. It's fine. But like, I don't think Commander wants to use this thing. Does Death Shadow see any playing Commander? This is like the top 10 cards that are OP in Constructed Magic. This is stone cold unplayable in Commander. Too much life for Death Shadow to become useful. And then even if we can play regular Constructed Magic, this is a bit of an underwhelming card. 2 mana 3/2 that lightning bolts you. Just lovely. Okay, let's go through a freebie here. Call it Heavy's Ogress, is it? Hasran Ogress. Heavy's Ogress. Okay, Emil, what do you got? Phyrexian Dreadnought, Tainted Strike. That's an old one. Phyrexian Dreadnought, whoops. Tainted Strike. And Soulfire. It's a combo I dream about. So you haven't done it yet. What is this? Which Soulfire? Is it really this Soulfire or Soulfire Grandmaster? Okay, hold on. Let's look. Okay, Phyrexian Dreadnought, a 12/12 to trample. You gotta sack 12 power on the battlefield if you want to keep it. Tainted Strike. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains Infect until end of turn. And then we have, I'm assuming Soulfire Eruption, but I could be wrong. Choose any number of target creatures, planeswalkers, or players for each of them. Exile the top card of your library, then Soulfire Eruption deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to that permanent or player. You want to one-shot them to death. That works. And the Dreadnought is old. All right, next super chat. We have so many of them. The second half of the show might be just super chats. This is wild. Jacob Thune with Dwarven Hold and Leyline Tyrant. Dwarven Hold. Leyline. There should be like Leyline the creature. Like the Leyline. The Leyline of all Leylines. It's probably some sort of enchantment god of some sort. The Tyrant is a 4-mana 4/4. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. Whenever it dies, you may pay any amount of red. When you do, it deals that much damage to any target. And we got the Dwarven Hold. Comes with play tapped. You may choose not to untap Dwarven Hold during your untap phase and put a storage counter on it instead. Tap, remove X storage counters from Dwarven Hold. Tap, remove, add an amount of red equal to X in your mana pool. So basically, if you wait, like 40 turns, you can kill somebody? Is that what you're trying to tell me? It works! Or you don't have to kill anybody, you can just do a lot of damage. Just let that. It's the old classic storage counter. The storage lands, storage cards. All right. Okay, whatever. Let's see if we can get one free from the free from the freebie section. We got. Let's look at toads. Let's get old singing tree, twisted image, true story. I have my singing tree. Singing tree. Is twisted image like a big combo card that I don't know about? Okay, of course we know what the twisted image does. Swap for 1 blue. It's an instant. You draw a card and you swap the power and toughness of a creature. And then we have this singing tree from Arabian Nights. Green, 3 generic, 0/3. Tap to reduce an attacking creature's power to 0. I don't get it. Don't you just die? This thing just dies. This is a pretty. I mean, what is the combo here? Just kill off your stupid tree? It's time. It's deforestation time. It's just a tree. I don't know how this works. Tap, target attacking creature has base power. Oh, no. Sorry. We're giving the thing base power 0, and then we're killing it. Oh, this is great. That's amazing. Hold on. Let me give it a better sound effect. Okay, this is actually a lot better. Now I'm very happy to see this thing. Yeah, you target their creature. You know what? For some reason, I thought we were just targeting this. I completely ignored the ability. I didn't even look at this thing. It's like, this is a 0/3. We're going to turn it into a 3/0 and it dies. But yeah, we turn our opponent's creature's power to 0. And then we do the old twist-a-roo. Where's my twisted image? Then we twist-a-rooney it around and it dies. And we drew a card. That's value. That's value if I ever seen one. Okay, we're going to look at way more of these old cards that combo with new cards. We got to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. You need your 1 ring to combo off your mind over matter? You know where to get them from FusionGamingOnline.com. They have all the old cards that combo with new cards. And if you love them combos, you can buy them with coupon code Nikachu to get 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for rent. All new combos that combo, new cards that combo with new cards, and old cards that combo with new cards, and even old cards that combo with old cards. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below. Save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_B3R to play any deck you want on Magic the Gathering Online. Digital cards only. I feel sorry for anyone who thought they were getting like paper cards. They realized, oh crap, this is only digital. It don't work anywhere else. Okay, we've got super chats to get through. Mind Over Matter and Temple Bell from Dizzy Blizzy. So you figured the credit card thing out. You figured it out. And then Temple Bell. Temple Bell, 3 mana, tap, each player draws a card. Oh, whoa. So what, everyone's gonna draw like tons of cards? Hold on, are you just gonna make everyone draw their deck? Because that's how I understand this. Like, that is a combo, I guess. Make sure you have more cards in your deck than they do. Because everyone draws simultaneously. Yeah. This is like this is like group hug, 1 ring, mind over matter. We all draw cards. Let's all celebrate. The bell, not the combo. Temple Bell. Tap. Each player draws a card. It's great stuff. Okay, Lord Magicus with Ice. He's my head mod, so gets special privileges here. Isochron Scepter plus Reset. What is this? Okay, so we're going to put Reset under Isochron Scepter. Cast Reset only during an opponent's turn after his or her upkeep step. Untap all lands you control. Oh. Okay, so this is particularly good if you can cast things on your opponent's turn. So basically, if you can draw cards and play things on your opponent's turn, this is fantastic, because then you get the mana also every single turn. Basically, this gives you an untap set. It should just say untap step on it. Or untap the lands, I should say. It doesn't have to untap anything else. Looks like it could be the head of the scepter. It could have been. It gives you infinite mana on their turn. Oh, it does that too. Yeah, that's true. Hold on, no. Untap all lands. Cast. But you don't untap this. You just copy this thing. I don't see how it gives you infinite. Yeah, not infinite. It gives you stuff. Actually, no, it doesn't. It doesn't even give you mana every turn. It just does it once. This combo's looking worse and worse the harder we dig into this. You need other pieces to go infinite. Yeah. We got 2/3 of a combo. Reset, Isochron Scepter, and maybe a third card. If anyone wants to fill that in after the show, let us all know in the comment section below. Trip Tatum! Oh, we got Shieldred. I did not spell this right. Okay, Shieldred the Apocalypse, Font of Mythos. These are all new cards. Thank you very much for your combo. But none of them are old. We need one old... One has to be exclusively an old border. Font of Mythos is very, very new border. So that means if it's disqualified, we give it to someone in the freebie section. Okay, Christopher B. trying really hard to get this Lion's Eye Diamond thing here. Lion's Eye Diamond. Eldrazi Guacamole? Is this a real card? By the way, this card is a fake that was not printed in paper. Digital reprints don't count. Paper reprints only. Eldrazi Guac. The hell is this? I don't even want to interpret this card. What is this thing? Okay, so we get sack it. We get discard our hand, get 3 mana. And haste, you may cast this card from your graveyard by paying 2 life. I don't even know how this works. These are the cards that make my head hurt. Brain Geyser and Shield. There we go. Pacers fan forever. This is like a bad old... This is like a bad old card draw card. And then Shieldred. There we go. Oops, the Apocalypse. So you don't know what... Okay, so Shieldred, whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. So you have your choice. Brain Geyser says, blue, X. Target player must draw X cards. You have to do it. It's the law. And you could either draw a bunch of cards and gain a bunch of life, or your opponents draw a bunch of cards and they can just die. Die on the spot. Alright, next super chat. Cringe. Please let... It seems we have like a pass rate of 60%, failure rate of 40% today. But anyway, as we do this more in the future, people will get it. They will understand. Since my last was more well known, here's a jank one. Sorrow's Path. We all know what that card is. And Apex Altasar. Apex Altasar. Okay. We have a 9 mana, 10/10, enters the battlefield. It fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Enrage. When it is dealt damage, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Wow! Sorrow's Path has, like, an absolute bombshell of an ability for the Dino decks, right? Like, these are insane in the Dino decks. Because you deal damage to, like, it goes great with the enrage mechanic. So Sorrow's Path is you exchange 2 of opponents' blocking creatures. This exchange may not cause any illegal blocks. Sorrow's Path deals 2 damage to you and 2 damage to each creature you control whenever it's tapped. So hold on, does that mean if there's no blocking creatures, you can't activate this thing? Interesting. I think that's how it would be. Exchange 2 of opponents' blocking creatures. But it could be other people's blocking creatures, so at some point someone has to block or something. I think. And it just deals, and then it enables enrage for all your dinos. Where'd the dinos go? Whatever, the dinos are dead. Gone in the great apocalypse of the asteroid. That's the worst card ever. Well, hey! It combos with some cards, so it can't be the worst of the worst. I think there are worse cards than this. Maybe we should have one show. The worst card ever. We vote for the absolute worst card of all time. There's some synergy here with the enrage mechanic. Richard, longer sentences, please. Okay, hold on. I gotta get to the next super. There's so many super chats here. I have a feeling this is gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day. Okay, next up we've got... I don't even know where I am with the super chats. Okay, Triox. I play Storm Cauldron and Confounding Conundrum in my EDH group hug deck. Storm Cauldron. Interesting. And Confounding Conundrum. So Confounding Conundrum is an interesting card. Blue 1 generic, enters the battlefield, draw a card. If a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control to its owner's hand. This actually looks interesting for Commander, right? There's like a bunch of decks that cheat on land drops. So this just undermines all of those. Maybe I can even play this in Legacy against lands. And then we have Storm Cauldron, 5 mana. Each player may play an additional land during each of his or her turns. Whenever a land is tapped for mana, return it to... Oh my god, that's evil. That be evil! And that is a good combo. So basically, they tap the lands, they gotta return it to their hand. You could replay the lands, but careful, if you play too many lands, you gotta bounce it back to your hand anyway. You screwed. So basically, they have access to 1 mana per turn. Really? Do they still like you? Alright, Adrian with Channel and Emrakul. Hold on, has the channel been reprinted? It has been super reprinted. Sorry, it disqualified. It's so hard. Everyone knows remember, I'm prioritizing the cool ones. You can super chat lame ones if you want. I don't see anything clear from here, so... Painter Servant and Mana Maze if you really want to make friends in an EDH game. I think after this, it's like super chats for the rest of the show. Painter Servant! 2 mana, 1/3, choose a color. Everything in play and in hand are that color. And you want Mana Maze? Blue 1 generic enchantment. Players can't play spells that share a color with the spell last played this turn. Interesting. So players can't play spells that share a color with the spell played last. Played last. Players can't play spells that share a color with the spell last played this turn. The hell does that even mean? Does the next player can't play a spell, or can I only play 1 spell a turn? Is that how this works? What if I play an instant at the beginning of the upkeep? Are they screwed then? Everyone else screwed for that turn? Players can't play spells that share a color with the spell that last played. Okay, so 1 spell per turn. You get 1 spell per turn, but if someone plays something at instant speed, they screw everyone on that turn. Sweet combo. Alright, super chats galore. Sorry. I have too many super chats. I'll be doing this till like... Oh, this show will be like 2 hours long, otherwise. Okay, Redco. Back to redeem themselves. Necromancy and Abdel. Adrian Gorian's Ward. I don't even know what this guy is. Okay, 5 mana for a 4/4 human warrior. ETB, exile any number of other non-land permanents you control until Abdel Adrian leaves the battlefield. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each permanent exiled this way. And you can choose a background. Don't remember how backgrounds work. So wait, you're going to choose Necromancy? So you may choose to play Necromancy as an instant if you do bury it at end of turn. When you play Necromancy, choose target creature card in a graveyard. Or are we choosing this thing? So... Does this give you infinite 1/1s? If I understand correctly? So you're going to Necromancy the Abdel. Abdel comes into play, exiles Necromancy. So it leaves. But when it leaves, you got to bury the creature. So Abdel dies. This is This is like World Gorger Dragon 2.0. And like, at least it has a built-in combo. Because like the World Gorger Dragon, like you need like a 3rd card to make it work. Anyway, great stuff. Next super chats. We've got Station Disaster. Cranko Mob Boss. Helm of the Host. That's our old card, right? No, it's not. Goblin... Churu... Gion. The hell is this? Oh, that's our old card. Do you, like, squeeze in this one old garbage card to make this legal? I guess so. Dockside Extortionist. Oops, I'm not spelling these cards rightly. Okay, Copy Krenko creates a board that state that survives any wipes that don't exile. Used to win with this at F&M. What? Oh, you had a Friday Night Magic of Commander. Okay, so Krenko, create X1/1 creatures. X is the number of goblins you control. At the beginning of your combat, your turn, create a token that's a copy of equipped creature. So you make a bunch of Krenkos. You can sack a goblin, regenerate a creature, and then Dockside enters the battlefield, create X treasure tokens, where X is the number of artifacts and enchantments you control. I actually don't know how this works exactly. What are we Helm of the Hosting? And then we can sack stuff. So you can regenerate creature. Oh, I get. Okay, so I get you can. So you can make a crank. Oh, I get it. Okay, at the very least, I understand this part. So you make like a million. You make goblins, equal number of goblins you control. You can sack them all to protect them all. And then I have no idea what the hell Dockside is doing here. That's not particularly important to the protection combo. It's like an extra card squeezed in there, but not really relevant to everything else. You'll get, like, a bunch of artifacts, I guess. Alright, next up, we've got... How the hell did you super chat $3 and no comment, Jacob? How did that happen? Okay, I'll just get this one in advance, so I don't have to dig for it later. Taunos' Coffin. And in Balustrade Spy? Balustrade Spy. Okay, we got a black 3 generic 2/3 enters the battlefield. Target player reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card, then puts those cards in their graveyard. Ideally, you're targeting a deck with no lands in it. Taunos' Coffin. You may choose not to untap. You may choose not to untap Taunos' Coffin during your untap step. Pay 3, tap, remove target creature and all auras attached to it from the game. Note the number and kind of counters that were on that creature. When Taunos' Coffin leaves play or becomes untapped, return the removed card to play under its owner's control, tapped and with the noted number and kind of counters on it. And if you do, return the removed aura cards to play under their owner's control attached to that permanent. What the hell is this? What does this do? Okay, I need an explanation here. This makes no sense. Jacob loves us. But how does this work? Remove target creature and all auras attached to it from the game? Mill by bringing him back all the time? I don't get it. Isn't that just phasing? This is some sort of reoccurring ETB? Is it? Remove target creature and all auras. So on, if it untaps when leaves play or becomes untapped, return. Okay, so you keep untapping. This is the slowest blink I've ever seen. This is very, very loosely a combo. Read the errata. To the errata! Alright. Exile target creature. Note the number and kind. When it leaves the battlefield or becomes untapped, return the exiled card to the battlefield under its owner's control. I get it, but like... You are so far. This is like the weirdest milling synergy I've ever seen. Okay, I get it, I guess. Next up, we got... Spectral Maniac. What do you got? Chain of Smog and Witherbloom Apprentice? Boring. Chain of Smog. But I bet you play it. That's why you want it. Show it off. Chain of Smog. The old tech. Witherbloom Apprentice. Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. Chain of Smog. Target player discards 2 cards from his or her hand. That player may copy the spell and may choose a new target for that copy. Now, you know what's the biggest question I get in my comment section? Actually, not question. People are just trying to tell me the rules. They're like, Nikachu, you can't do that. If I'm empty-handed, you can't do that. Yes, you can do. That is wrong. You can do that. This combo works. because your opponent discarding 2 cards is not a part of a cost to copying the spell. That is just the net effect. So it's like trying to Thoughtseize someone with no cards in your hand. You can do it. It's not going to do anything, but you can do it. Someone having cards in their hand is not a requirement to casting or copying the spell. So yes, this combo does work if your opponent is empty-handed. Okay, next up we got Blue Bomber. Teysa, Darkest Hour, Blasting. Everyone loves Teysa. What's up with this Teysa? Orzhov. Teysa's like, I don't know, the #1 combo card. Darkest Hour. Hold on, we looked at this one already. Okay, Darkest Hour. Now we have Blasting Station added on top of it. Blue Bomber says, it's not enough that we have infinite creatures that can come back and exile everything. We gotta blast everything to death. Tap, sacrifice a creature, deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Whenever a creature comes into play, you may untap the Blasting Station. So instead of exiling all the creatures, we're gonna blast our opponent. 1 shot, 1 kill. Actually, it's gonna be many. It's gonna be like 40 shots, but it will get the kill. It will do the job. Jack Torborg, Spell Shift and Cruel Somnophage. You're just trying to get Spell Shift. Jack Torborg's favorite card. I'll admit, he made it work. The Cruel Somn. Oh, this is disqualified. These are both new cards. But one of them has to be old. This card's not old enough. Disqualified, Jack. Trip Tatum. Crap. Okay, Font of Mythos, Underworld Dreams. I'm just giving my deck list away here. You're gonna have 1 card, 2 cards at a time. Font of Mythos and Underworld Dreams. Is that where? Hold on, these are both still new cards. What is going on? Okay, what else? I'm just giving away my deck list here. Also, Nikachu is the greatest MTG streamer ever. Thank you very much. But these are still, there's not any old cards here. Where's the old card? Font of Mythos is at the beginning of each player's draw step. That player draws 2 cards. I think you paid 20 bucks at this point. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Underworld Dreams deals 1 damage to that player. This is new cards that combo with new cards. There's supposed to be an old card here. Holy moly, we're moving on. Hold on, we have to donate the super chat now. Okay, to the freebie section. Sledge Michaels. Underworld Dreams is pretty. Oh, well, that's not a combo. It's pretty old, like 8th edition. It cannot. So the rules for this show today: it cannot be reprinted, or it's exclusively an old border card. Because if it's reprinted, it feels new. Like if you just got into the game, it's like you wouldn't think that it was old. That's why. Okay, Slavin, you're gonna get the super chat. Did you do Lion's Eye Diamond and Underworld Breach Brain Freeze? Okay, we'll do this one. Lion's Eye Diamond. It's a bit lame. This is an actual combo. Underworld Breach and Brain Freeze. Okay, now Lion's Eye Diamond actually was reprinted only digitally, so this art doesn't count. Okay, Brain Freeze. This is how we're gonna... How do we do this? Okay, so basically the idea is sack your Lion's Eye Diamond 1,000,000 times. So, sorry, we have to first play Underworld Breach, and then each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice Underworld Breach. So you play Lion's Eye Diamond 1,000,000 times, or as many times as you can, and then you Brain Freeze, and then storm your opponent to death. Alright, next up. We're going to look at Coulter. Coulter Chase. Donate Celestial Dawn and Grindstone. Donate is an old card. Celestial Dawn. This is also an old... No, but it actually has been reprinted. Okay. So I only see it in the old border. And Grindstone. This is like 3 old cards. This sorta has been reprinted. This is almost getting this is very close to getting disqualified for being all old cards. Hold on. What is this one? What is this? The Celestial Dawn. Okay, it was reprinted in Time Spiral. It's got the new art, but it's been reprinted recently enough. Okay, so it is gonna qualify. What a funny thing. So funny. Okay, so this will work. Grindstone, 1 mana artifact, pay 3, tap. Target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. If they share a color, you keep doing it. You keep going on. Then Celestial Dawn, white, 1 generic enchantment. Lands you control are planes. Non-land cards you own that aren't in play. So on lands you control are planes. Non-land cards you own that aren't in play. Spells you control and non-land perms you control are white, so that will work with the Grindstone. You may spend white mana as though it were mana of any color. Ah, and so you're gonna donate. So your idea is donate. Target player gains control of target permanent. You're gonna donate the Celestial Dawn to someone, and then you're gonna be like, I'm gonna Grindstone you out. This is like a really long way of doing the Painter Sermon combo here. It's the old-fashioned way, before Painter Sermon even existed. The best block. Time Sprawl was a great one. Alright, next up, Dina! Love you, Dina. Dina, is that an actual card? I didn't know. I didn't know you were named after a card. Alright! 10 out of 10 flavor, avatar, name, and everything. Now we got Roots of Life. Very old card, and then Urborg. How does this work? I'm assuming, is it like the old Urborg? Or, oh, Tomb of Yawgmoth. The real Urborg. The one we all know. Okay, Urborg. Each land is a swamp in addition to its other land types. Roots of Life. Whenever you play Roots of Life, choose islands or swamps. Whenever a land of the chosen type that target opponent controls becomes tapped to gain 1 life. Ah, so you're gonna choose swamp. They tap their swamps, and you're gonna gain some life. Dina says, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Sacrifice another, pay 1, sack another creature. Actually, this is probably not relevant. So, that's a pretty cool combo. I like that. So the point is, so you need to put this, and this works perfectly. Golgari flavor. It's especially devastating in Commander because I ping each opponent whenever any of their lands are tapped. Yeah, whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a land of the chosen type that targets an opponent becomes tapped to gain 1 life. Oh, you know what? I thought you could also just tap your lands and shoot them down. But this is still sweet. It's basically a one-sided mana barbs, right? It's basically one-sided mana barbs. And you can use this Dina as your commander. It's nice that the commander has a nice picture too. I like the picture. Alright, next up, we got Backtard! It's back. Mana Web. And Pendril Mists. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute! Are these gonna be 2 old cards? At least the cards are old. You're the first one to get disqualified for having 2 old cards. The whole show is old cards that combo with the new cards. Not old cards that combo with old cards. Okay, Backtard Super Chat gets donated. Now that's something I didn't think was gonna happen on the show. PM, Helm of Obedience, and Rest in Peace. Ah, that's lame though. Does anyone know that combo? Helm of Obedience. So the idea is, and Rest in Peace. The idea is, Rest in Peace enters the battlefield, exile cards from the graveyard. If a card would go to the graveyard, it gets exiled instead. So the way Helm works is target opponent puts cards from the top of their library into their graveyard until a creature, card, or X cards are put into the graveyard this way, which will never happen, because there is no card, nothing's ever allowed to go to the graveyard. And then boom, they exile their entire library. It's okay, Backtard, your super chat gets donated to PM. PM must be very happy. The only combo kill in mono white. Is it? I want to say there's something else, but you know, it's pretty close. Alright, next up, we've got... Who do we got up next here? King Ginger with Opalescence and Enchanted Evening. Enchanted Evening. Okay, it's old and new. And maybe one day we'll have like something old, something new, and something blue. I don't know. Okay, we got Azorius, 3 generic enchantment. All permanents are enchantments in addition to their other types. Oh, everything. Okay, and Opalescence. Wait a minute. Okay, Opalescence says each other global enchantment is a creature with power and toughness, each equal to its converted mana cost. It's still land. Won't that like blow up all the lands? The lands don't have any converted mana cost. So now my next question would be, if you put a new land onto the battlefield, does it get blown up? Or is it a timestamp thing? Like, is it always killing all the lands and all the lands die, or is it a timestamp thing? Because I could see it working that way. We need to keep this show needs to go much longer. Insta die kills all lands and tokens. Okay, all lands and 0 CMC permanents are destroyed. Lands and 0 CMC permanents played will go to the graveyard when they enter the battlefield. Okay, cool. Cool story. That works. Works really well, too. How many super chats do we have? Oh, my God. All right. Moving on. We got Josh Karen. Affairs Enlightenment. And Opalescence. Opalescence. And Composer of Spring. Okay, so Composer of Spring is green 1 generic 1/3. Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you control 6 or more enchantments instead, you may put a creature or land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. So you may put a creature. So basically, what you're gonna say is Opalescence. Each other global enchantment is a creature. But doesn't turn everything into creatures. Then Afar's Enlightenment is an aura. Enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has flying. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Afar's Enlightenment to its owner's hand. What does this do? Hold on, is there an old card here? Yeah, there's Opalescence. I don't get it. I gotta read this one hard. Does anyone get it? This says each other enchantment is a creature, which also means Afar's Enlightenment becomes a creature. Does it fall off? I don't even know how that works. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. I actually have no idea how this works. Makes no sense to me. This one needed instructions. Where's the player's guide? Anyone know? You can play it for free when you play it. What is it? But first it's a creature, so it bounces itself. Whenever an enchantment is battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you control 6 more enchantments instead, you may put a creature. I really don't have a creature or a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. I really have no idea what Composer of Spring has anything to do with this. You can play it for free when you play it, but if it's a creature, so it bounces itself. Because it's not a creature in your hand. Each other global enchantment is a creature with power and toughness each equal. It's still an enchantment. Like, they're only enchantments in your hand. You can't play it for free from your hand. I have no idea what this thing does. It's not like Painter Servant, where this is a creature and you can play it for free. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Afar's Enlightenment to its owner's hand. Okay, if anyone understands, good. If you don't, like, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it, but good stuff if it actually works. Well, no, it can definitely enter as a creature. When it hits the battlefield, it's a creature. It's just not a creature in their hand. Like, I just don't get the Composer of Spring synergy. We're gonna move on though. Blue Bomber, thank you so much. Underworld Breach and Lion's Eye Diamond. Sort of did that one already. We'll look at it again. Lion's Eye Diamond. A classic. Classic card from Mirage. Dizzy Blizzy. You're back. Yavimaya, Living Lands, and Elish Norn. The Yavimaya? How many There's a lot of Yavimayas out there. I'm assuming there's one card called the Yavimaya. I have no idea which one you're talking about. There is no specific card called Yavimaya. I'm assuming maybe it's Yavimaya Cradle of Growth. Don't do that to me, Dizzy Blizzy. Living lands, because it looks like it's a lands combo. Yeah, all forests are lands in addition to their other types. Sorry, all forests are 1/1 creatures that are still lands, and then Elish Norn. What? That's nasty. That's so nasty, Dizzy Blizzy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is what Dizzy Blizzy doing here. We're gonna turn all the land. So we're turning all the lands into forests. Says Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, and all the forests are 1/1 creatures, including your opponents. And Elish Norn says, okay, our forest is gonna get +2/+2. Your forest is gonna get -2/-2. So they lose everything. This is just absolutely wild. That's a great combo, though. Sebastian says, feels kind of scammy when people pay for a super chat, but they don't realize their cards were already said. It happens sometimes, you know. It's they can look in the chat log history. It happens. It's not, you know, streaming's not super clean. I'm like, what am I gonna do about it? All right, moving on. We got Justin with Traumatize and Haunting Echoes. You know what feels really scammy? When I disqualify the super chats. That's even more, that sounds even more scamming. But that's the law of the land I have around here. You gotta do it. See, look at this one. This is disqualified. Easy. The show is old combos that combo with, old cards that combo with new cards. The card needs to exclusively be printed in old. This one's been reprinted enough times. It's got a new border in M14. That's how it works. So that means we donate the super chat to the freebie section. We'll give it to Limer. Limer, you're lucky. Just right place, right time. Veteran Bodyguard with Rune Tail Kitsune. We could also call it Coffee and Scamming. I'm more than free to rename the thing, to rename the show. Okay, this looks neat. I'm interested. Okay, we got a white 3 generic human. It's a 2/5. As long as Veteran Bodyguard is untapped, where is this from? From Revised? Okay, I'm gonna let's look at, we can look at the Masters Edition, the digital reprint. As long as Veteran Bodyguard is untapped, all damage that would be dealt to you by unblocked creatures is dealt to Veteran Bodyguard instead. Okay, so this guy's sort of invincible. And we want Rune Tail Kitsune or whatever. Okay, when you have 30 or more life, flip Rune Tail Kitsune. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to creatures you control. Oh, sweet! So you're invincible. This is like, I actually don't know how to explain this combo. So basically, yeah, any damage dealt to you is dealt to this, but it all gets prevented by the Rune Tail's Essence. Here's another mono-white combo for you. Everyone said, like, there's only one mono-white combo. This is even more mono-white than the Rest in Peace Helm of the Host combo. The Bodyguard looks familiar. You know, I want to say the same thing, too. Where is this guy from? Or is this just the generic male stripper-looking guy with an eye patch? I don't know. Don't ask me about male strippers, though. Alright, moving on. We got, where am I here? We did this one. We did this one. We just did this one. We just disqualified this one. Platonic Liquid. Precursor Golem and Conspiracy. Precursor Golem. Conspiracy. And Rite of Replication. Not a deckless this. It's okay. Okay, we got 4 mana, kicker 5. Create a token that's a copy of target creature. If the spell was kicked, create 5 tokens of that thing instead. 5 tokens. Okay, Conspiracy, a 5 mana enchantment. Choose a creature type. Creatures you own that aren't in play, creature spells you control, and creatures you control are of the chosen type. For all the typal deck. So I guess we're going to name Golem. Alright, Precursor Golem, 5 mana, 3/3. Enters the battlefield, put 2 3/3 Golem artifact creatures tokens onto the battlefield. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell that targets only a single Golem, that player copies that spell. For each other Golem that spell could target, each copy targets a different one of those Golems. Whoa! Does this make infinite? Does this just go infinite? I think it goes infinite, but I'm not sure. Create a token that's a copy. So we gotta create a token, and then, because it could be any player, it doesn't have to be an opponent. So we get, I don't even know what the conspiracy is for. Choose a creature type, or is that just to get the combo online? Creature cards you own that aren't in play, creature spells you control, and creatures you control are of the chosen type. Whenever a player casts an instant source field that targets only a single Golem, that player copies the spell. Priest Golem enters the battle with 2 3/3 things. No, it sextuples each creature you control. No, just 5 creatures of each. That's it? Whatever, that's good value. I like it. It hits all your creatures with conspiracy. Ah, gotcha. Name Golem. We're gonna name Golem. Alright. We got Islarf with Sliver Overlord. And Shields of something. And this is a very... I was like, what's up with Scourge? Was it originally printed in Scourge? No. I guess so. It's got the old gold border. And then Shields of Velis Vel. What is the old card? Okay, so this is the new card. I'm guessing this is the old card. Okay, I'll cut you a little bit of slack here. This was like a very recent secret lair drop. I'll cut you a little bit of slack. So Sliver Overlord, 5 mana for a 7/7. Pay 3, search your library for a Sliver card. I could have swore this was a newer card. Yeah, this is stone cold old. Anyway, you tutor for a Sliver, put into your hand, shuffle your library, pay 3, gain control of target Sliver. So what is this other card? Oops, I'm missing it. Shields of Velis. Vel. 1 white changeling. Creatures target player controls get +0/+1 and gain all creature types until end of turn. So basically you get to swipe! Do I have a swiping sound effect? They'll be surprised to learn that their opponent's creatures are slivers, and now you're gonna steal them. He gets some slack. I'm giving them some slack. Some slack. Because I gotta move on. My god, I'm gonna do this for 3 hours, damn it. Okay, I did Jacobs. Okay, we got Redco. Solemnity and Decree of Silence. I say we got an 8-man enchantment. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, counter the spell. And put a depletion counter on Decree of Silence. If there are 3 or more depletion counters on Decree of Silence, sack it. We got a sacrificer to Decree of Silence. Cycling of 6 mana. When you cycle Decree of Silence, you may counter target spell. That's pretty cool. Oh, so the deal is, when people play spells, you're supposed to put a counter on Decree of Silence, but Solemnity says, you cannot do it! No counters are going to be going on Decree of Silence. And basically, again, or this is probably a more suiting sound effect, and they realize they can't play anything anymore. Everything's just going to be perpetually countered. How is Ireo banned, but this combo exists? You explain that to me. Even though Ireo is like more of like a 1-card combo. It's just the same damn thing. It's just Corona turned sideways with a different background. I guess so. It's a Wizard Coast conspiracy to get our hard-earned cash. Alright, we've got Living Plane plus Linvala Elish Norn from Ubertuna. Linvala. Oh, which Linvala? Okay, we'll go with Elish Norn, because I know what that one is. Elish Norn. Grand Cenobite, I'm guessing? Or is it... Okay, hold on. Let's look at the first card. You're not being specific here. All lands are 1/1 creatures that are still lands. Okay, so you wanted to do the Elishnorn. So what was the other one? So which Linvala screws everyone over? Help me here. Which one of these Linvalas mutilate your opponent's lands? Activated abilities. Has activated abilities. Activated abilities. This is an activated abilities thing. Fellow enters the battlefield whenever, if an opponent controls more creatures than you, put a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying onto the battlefield. This one? The Keeper? Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control. Oh! The creatures are now land. The land is a creature with the activated ability. Tap, add mana. That is sick! Oh, that is a sick combo. The new one as well? I don't know which one's the new one. This one? Oh yeah, this one. I like the art on this one too. This has a nicer art. It's more fun. Sick combo. Bryce! The hottie. There's no one hotter than you, Bryce. Alright, have we done Mind Over Matter on the One Ring? Yes. We have done it. So we're going to give your Super Chat away. To... Who are we giving the Super Chat away? Who's been spamming combos even with no chance of getting it published? Sebastian! You criticized me earlier, but now you are now part of the show. Famished Paladin. And Sound a Gift. And by the way, no hard feelings. Everyone criticizes me. You should see my comment section. My comment section is the most hilarious. This guy has no idea how this game works. So what is the idea? Give Famished Paladin lifelink and start the shooting. Both cards are cheap. So Sound a Gift is 2 mana, enchant creature. Enchant creature has tap. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Famished Paladin doesn't untap during your untap step. However, whenever you gain life, untap Famished Paladin. How do you gain life, though? I feel like something's missing here. Give Famished... Oh, you want to give the Paladin lifelink. Why don't we... Okay, whatever. So you give it lifelink. We have some card whenever your opponent gets dealt damage, you gain that much life, and that will work. That is... That's like... You know, I imagine some of you could just be like... Give 2 cards, and then you give chat, like, this nebulous third requirement that needs to be fit, but you don't even know what it is. You just depend on chat, like, to fill in the blank. I imagine you guys could do that. Cheat some of these cards on here. Alright, Steve Cooper. Don't disappoint. Priest of Gix, Nim, Deathmantle, and Ashnod's Altar. Well, that other card was new, right? Yeah, it was. New enough. Priest of Gix. The Nim of Old Deathmantles and Ashnod's Altar. Okay, sack a creature, add 2 colorless. The hell is this? Okay, Nim Deathmantle. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has Intimidate and is a black zombie. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 4. If you do, return that card to the battlefield and attach Nim Deathmantle to it. Whenever a non-token creature is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. I can pay 4 mana? So what is the deal here? When Priest of Gix enters the battlefield, add triple black to your mana pool. Ah, you sack it! So you sack your Priest of Gix to the Ashnod's Altar. And then Nim Deathmantle says, if someone goes from the battlefield to the graveyard, bring it back. Yeah, infinite mana, because you spend 4 to get 1. Sorry, you gain 5, spend 4, get 1, and repeat the process. You do it over and over and over again. Is it disqualified? What got disqualified? What happened? This is an old card, right? Or is it? Yeah, this is an old card. Or did it come from the list? Oh, did it come from the list? Okay. Disqualified. I already did the combo, though. Damn it. It also got reprinted in dual decks. All the reprints were in the old border, so it confused me. Yeah, DQ'd. D-combo anyway. Save it for, like, bad combos that actually work. Alright, next up we got Blake Mamba. Feeling generous, giving a freebie. Good morning, Blake Mamba. So who's gonna get the freebie here? Yeah, I didn't notice the Priest of Gix was a new card. Zath. Cormus Bell. That's old. That's like bad alpha rare old. Toxrill. The Corrosive. And then Urborg. So Urborg... Why do I even do that? Urborg Tomb. So Urborg says everything's a swamp, which is gonna, I guess, combo with Cormus's Bell. Treat all swamps in play as 1/1 creatures. They can be killed! And Troxrill says at the beginning of each end step, put a slime counter on each creature you don't control. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1 for each slime counter on them. Whenever a creature you don't control with a slime counter on it dies, create a 1/1 black slug creature token. That is GG! That is just straight up GG. It's over. It was also reprinted in a dual deck, Steve Cooper. It was also reprinted in a dual deck. He snuck it past the censors. Okay. And next up, we've got King Ginger with, what the hell is this? Chronotog, Karma, and Urborg. Tomb of Yoggoboy. What does Karma have to do with any of this? Karma's a bee, they say. And then Urborg. Ugh. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Everyone's bringing out the Urborg combos now. Alright, Urborg, everything's a swamp. Karma. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, Karma deals damage to that player equal to the number of swamps he or she controls. What? That includes me! And then we have Chronotog. Skip your turn. Ah! That's great. So Chronotog says, I'm not going to take any damage, because this is not going to happen. My upkeep isn't going to happen. It's going to everybody else's upkeep's going to happen. You guys take all the damage. That's a pretty sick combo. I like it. That one definitely works. And next we got Trip Tatum with, okay, are you back? Font of Mythos and Underworld Dreams. You were trying so hard to get this Font of Mythos on here. It's from 1994 Legends. Nick, donate this chat too. The content is worth every penny. No, we don't have to donate. One. Yeah, this one still gets disqualified. What the hell is going on here? So you just want to show it. I put your combo up here and now you're letting me donate the chats. Okay, next we got, so this one goes for free. Cormus Bell is like Taco Bell. What are the rules for the, oh, what are the rules? The rules are, one card has to be old. And it never got reprinted. It's gotta be old border. And the other one can be, anything that has been reprinted in new border. So it could be like a 20-year-old card that got reprinted, that's fine. Or it's just a straight up new card. He's just paying to extend the stream. Yeah, I know. Some people like the 2-hour stream. Most people don't. But whatever, you're paying me to like stick around here. Okay, we'll do, it looks like Christopher B is the only one around that is got a combo ready. Satyr, Willow Satyr with Leyline of Singularity. This is original. Okay, Leyline of Singularity says, if it's in your open, whatever, all non-land permanents are legendary. Not very good for Commander, because it's useless. Oh no, actually it's not useless because it hurts tokens. And then we have Willow Satyr, 4 mana 1/1. You may choose not to untap Willow Satyr during your untap step. Tap, gain control of target legendary creature as long as you control Willow Satyr and Willow Satyr's tap. That's insane. That's great. Every single card you play, I can take it. Gain control of target legendary creature as long as you control Willow Satyr and Willow Satyr remains tapped. Could I do this many times on the stack? Like, tap Willow Satyr to target something, with it on the stack, untap my Willow Satyr, tap it to target something else, untap Willow Satyr, target something else, and then when they all resolve, Willow Satyr's already tapped? I think that works. And then basically, I steal everything for as many times as I can untap Willow Satyr on the stack. Blue Bomber! A lame way to win. Teferi's Protection. Lethal Vapors. Activate Vapors like 1,000,000 times. A million? And then cast protection. If you don't exist in the game, and they will... You don't exist in the game, and they will deck out. Lethal Vapor says 4 mana. Whenever a creature comes to play, destroy it. Pay 0, destroy Lethal Vapors. You skip your next turn. Any player may play this ability. But anyone can play it. Until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out, exile Teferi's protection. I thought everyone can do this, though. You skip your next turn. Any player may play this ability. Can't anyone else, like, also arbitrarily, like, skip a million of their turns? Oh, no, but it doesn't help them. It only helps you. But they can still skip, like, more turns than you. Then you eventually have to do something. Can't everyone just skip the same? You skip 100 turns. Then they skip 100 turns. Oh, no, but they have to draw their cards. No, but they also skip their turns. Then nothing happens. Do it on someone else's turn? But yeah, like activate N+1 in response, but everyone just does that. It just doesn't go anywhere. It just sounds like a way to stall the game, because everyone can just keep activating. You need a split second card. Whoever's turn it is has to break the loop. Not really. You keep skipping your turn, I'll keep skipping my turn. You keep skipping your turn, I'll keep skipping my turn. We just keep skipping, and the game doesn't go anywhere. And then a judge has to come in and say, do something or disqualified. I have no idea if this card... I mean, it will draw the game at the very least, I guess. Alright, we got Nathaniel! Nathaniel, what do you got for us? Scheming Symmetry for Draco. Then Calibrated Blast. Scheming. Now this is some creative old cards comboing with new cards. We got Draco. The Draco. Calibrated Blast. This is a funny one. What did you pay me? 20,000 IDR. Sounds, I bet it's... I'm gonna guess it's like $3. Maybe 2. Alright, so what are we doing here? Scheming Symmetry. Choose two target players. Each of them searches their library for a card, shuffles their library, and puts the card on top. I have a feeling we are putting our Draco on top of our library. That is 16 damage. Why do I say 16 damage? Because Calibrated Blast says reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. Put the revealed card on the bottom put the revealed cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. When you reveal a non-land card this way, it deals damage equal to that card's mana value to any target. Whoops, no. Sorry, the buzzer sound and the blast sound effect are right next to each other. This is an insane combo. Combo's even modern legal if you replace Draco with Emrakul. That is right! It does work that way. Well, there is a Calibrated Blast deck. They just fill their deck with tons of these gigantic cards. IDR is like $1.50. 150. I'll take it. Thank you very much. You make me feel rich, though. Okay, Blake Mamba. What do we got here? Wheel of Fortune and Smothering Tithe. What a lame combo. Did we look at that one? Actually, no, we looked at a Time Twister one. You paid for it, so. Technically has not been reprinted, only digitally. Smothering Tithe. There we go. You will draw 7 cards. You will not pay the 2 mana, and I will get as much mana as I possibly can out of my Wheel of Fortune. Dizzy Blizzy. No combo, just much love for you and the community. Alright, Dizzy Blizzy donating. Donating to who? Who got their combo up ready? Armin! Right place, right time. Rasputin, the Dreamweaver, and Eldrazi Displacer. How does this work? Okay, so with 3 mana, you can exile another target creature, then return it to the battlefield tapped. So you're going to want to blink your Rasputin? What is the errata on this? Yeah, you add colorless mana. So it enters the battlefield with 7 dream counters on it, and you can remove a dream counter to add colorless. And then you can also remove counters to prevent damage too. So you basically are invincible. Just stone cold invincible. You just have infinite mana and infinite protection. I think. Maybe not. In response to you activating the Eldrazi Displacer, I guess people could try to kill the Rasputin again, and then if you activate it again, they could try to kill it again. So maybe close to it. Close to it, but pretty good. I like it. That's a good combo. Given your attitude about digital printings, does that count against, say, evaluating random old cards for Pauper? Some downshifted to comment only online? I would say whatever's Pauper, whatever online Pauper says, it is legal. And apparently that's happened. They've like merged if it was printed. Or actually, I don't know how it works online. I don't know what rules they work with. I'm assuming the paper and digital Pauper are the same. Oh my god, we've reached the bottom. Lich! Okay, thank you very much, Josh. I really appreciate you. We have Lich. Oh god, the Lich. I know who you're talking about. Ugly guy with a robe, right? Then we have Shield Dread, the Apocalypse, Laboratory Maniac. What does these have to do with each other? Laboratory Maniac. It's a maniac. Maniac. Okay, if you draw a card and you have no cards in your deck, you win a game. Shield Dread. I don't even know why you're in here. So how does this combo with both of these cards? As Lich enters the battlefield, you lose life equal to your life total. You don't lose the game for having 0 life. When you lose life equal to your life total. If you would gain life, draw that many cards instead. Oh, so, well, Lich. I don't know what Shield Dread has anything to do with this. I make you lose life, and you still lose. I mill you, you still lose. I deal 21 commander, you still lose. I mean, I can see Lich comboing with Laboratory Maniac, because you basically... As Lich enters the battlefield, you lose life equal to your life total. Oh no, maybe I'm looking at that wrong. If you would gain life... Okay, I see, okay. So you have no life total, you gain life with Shield Dread. You will very slowly win the game here. You gain life, you draw cards, and then you Laboratory Maniac and win. This is very bizarre. Yeah, you are drawing all of your decks. Since Lich says you lose all your life. You lost all your life. Then whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life, and if you gain 2 life, you draw that many cards. So you yeah, that's how it works. Oh yeah, that's cool. That works. Backtard, what are you doing? The show is supposed to end at Josh. Sky Shroud Poacher. Okay, apparently this was a very popular show. And then we have Umbral Mantle, and Priest of Titania. The priest says tap, add a green for each elf you have. Umbral Mantle says untap, equipped creature has pay 3, untap. Creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So you could go infinite mana already with Priest of Titania and Umbral Mantle. But Sky Shroud Poacher says pay 3, tap, search your library for an elf card, put that card into play. Oh, so you're gonna Umbral Mantle this thing? Tap. Untap with the mana, but you can't go infinite. I don't know how you go in. I mean, these 2 cards go infinite, right? These 2 cards go infinite. You have infinite mana here. You tap, add more green, like add 4, untap. So you have infinite power, infinite mana. I really have no idea what the Sky Shroud Poacher has anything to do with this, but it's something. Extra stuff. The people love their jank. You gotta respect it. I guess we do. Okay, to hell with today. We're done. Thank you for Thank you for the infinite super chats. We gotta end this at some point. Some people, they love the 1 hour 30 minute shows. Some people, they're like, oh my god, this is an hour 30 minutes. But if you love this show and you want to be part of the action, you gotta be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much for all the love. Everyone who's a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, but also everyone who contributes to the show with super chats. Even if you get the buzzer. Oops. Even if you get the buzzer, it contributes to other people who can't pay for themselves. Sometimes it's a pay-to-win game here on Coffee and MTG, but you never know when... So, like, the users who pay for free, they hope that they can squeeze in their freebie chats, or that someone gets theirs wrong, or someone donates directly to the community. But, of course, we got to thank everyone who shows up in the morning, like Platonic Liquid. We got Toads, Dina, Crowcore Games, Omar, King Ginger, Abzo, Bulky. We got Zik. Oh, where's Zik? PM, Backtard, Boulder, Henrik, Uber Tuna, Toads, as usual, because I I am nothing without all of you. You think I'd come up with all these combos? No way. You guys came up with combos. So as usual, keep brewing up them coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you